Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good evening. And also good night, Australia. So, buongiorno. Della Svizzera. And yes, hello, Texas. So appreciative for sure. So thank you, everybody, for your presence here today on this Friday. To start this August, a new month, a new chapter in our lives. So I hope you were good and you can just let your heart flow during this service. Today I need my glasses, so let's see how it works. Buenos dias, beloved Isira. And I can feel your sweet presence from all of you, and that makes me so happy that we can join our hearts to serve the light. So good night, Australia, and good morning, I think, California. So let's start eating God's way. Oops. A hair here. So welcome to the 7 Sacred Weeks, vlog 28. In today's service, we will perform. First, we are going to read a description of the chart of the Mighty I Am Present, something about the chart from the voice of the I Am. Then we are going to do a visualization of our electronic circle of protection and the decrees to seal it. And then we are going to jump into the Elohim statements and visualization, and we are going to continue in the end the subject of our emotional body. So let's go one. And to start, just place the attention upon your heart. It's not in your heart, but in the flame within it. It's a spiritual center within your heart. Just try to feel that center within the heart and feel your I Am presence there. And then just let your presence flow from your heart into your brain, and from your brain through out your nervous system and the nerves. Bring light, energy, peace to all the cells of your body, and feel that there is only this presence in action govern your physical, etheric, emotional, and mental body. And give you thanks for this awareness of being conscious of your mighty and presence. And send your love to this presence, your source. And let's do together the opening blessing. Beloved mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere, we love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever, and beyond, for I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, let us focus the attention on the star above our houses. Just visualize that star shining like a sun presence above the area where you live. And visualize that star expanding millions and millions and millions of light rays. And that light descend upon the human beings in your area, also upon the elementals, and also animals, the angelic beings in your area, and bring blessings. Calm down all manifestations of light and life in your area, and charging life where you are with the ascended master light, love, purity, freedom, peace, kindness, health, wealth, happiness, wisdom, beauty, devotion, awareness, awaken, freedom, mercy, forgiveness, and the perfection of light. And just feel that you live in a paradise, and where you are, there is harmony, perfect harmony between all the beings. And that only the presence governs in your area. And now let us focus our attention on the royal Teton retreat, in that star shining like 1,000 suns there. And just to visualize that light expanding into their hearts and minds, especially the American people, Canadian people. And from there, that light bless the holy mankind and the holy world. And fill the heart of the 7 sacred wakes. I can see the face of beloved Lanto, beloved Confucius, beloved Saint Germain, and they smile, and they are happy with our work. There are many masters there. And they support ourselves. They take care of each of you. And may those great ones give support to us during this service, protect our internet connection, and protect our force field. The sphere of light made up of the love or by the love of our hearts. Just visualizing our force field expanding, and may the great ones pour their blessings through this force field to the Holy Word today. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now let us take the water and do the decree for the Elixir of Life. And beloved I am presence and Germain, brotherhood of the royal Teutonic Trinity, lords of the elements and powers of light, please charge this mineral water with whatever substances and virtues we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the ascended masters in our physical bodies when we drink this water at the end of our decrees. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it is done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let's put the water to be charged during the service. And we are going to start reading this text from the voice of the I Am, February 1942. And it's about the charge of the mighty I Am presence. So together, the charge of the mighty I Am presence is the open door through which every human being on earth can see God face to face, because the charge represents the form of each one's own individualized presence, of course, of God. So, dear hearts, what is this charge of the mighty I Am presence? It's like the archetype. When we think of a human being, just a human being, we have inside our minds an archetype of a human being. So that has a head, a body, hands, feet. So we have that archetype. And through that archetype, when someone say human being, everyone knows what is a human being. But of course, you have some kind features that may be different than my features. For example, you may be from Africa, you have a dark skin. I am from Brazil and I have white skin. If you are, for example, in Asian, you may have a very dark hair. And if we see a human being, for example, from the Nordic lands, we are going to see that blonde hair. So depends on the part of the world that we live in, from our culture. We have different features, but we are all human beings. And the same happens with this charge of the mighty I Am presence. It doesn't mean that ever I Am presence is exactly like that, but that is the archetype that we may visualize, because we cannot have an archetype for you, for me, and for every human being of their I am presence, of all our I am presence. So we have an archetype, but it doesn't mean that everyone is exactly the same. Yes, we are all human beings, but we have features different. Exactly happens also with our electronic body or with our I am presence. The center or the core of our electronic body, that is the same. All of us, we have the same core in the electronic body, because that core or that monad or that atom, uh, primordial atom, it is the same for all of us. But the individualization can make things different from not in general. In general, we have that chart, but if you look for the I am presence of each of us, we may see different of expressions, because it depends on of our journey throughout embodiments, the development of our gifts or our consciousness. So we may have that in mind always, because I heard many people say, no, just that chart is the right one of the mighty empress. That one is not right. So it's a kind of fight that we don't need to have in this world, because it's like I say, I am a human being, but the Asian people are not human being, or the African people are not the human being, because they have features different. No, we are all human beings, but in the manifestation, this human octave, there is difference in the expression of that archetype. So we need to have that always in mind. So continue. The ascended masters have said, when you are in touch with the form of your thing, you are in touch with the presence of that thing. So, because the form contains the consciousness of its creator. When we hold our attention upon that chart, that archetype, the consciousness of our mighty and presence pours through that form into us, whatever we call forth at that time. Because when we think in that archetype, in that chart, we connect with the core of the presence, and through that core, through that source, flows whatever we may call forth to bless our lives. Remember again, the great divine director said, your attention is your power of concentration. Because if you are with your attention upon the chart, you concentrated only in that archetype. Your feeling is your power of qualification. So I can qualify if I am look at you and I feel love. And so I am receive that life substance from my I am presence, and I am qualify that substance with love and just send you that love. So the feeling qualifies the substance. Your mental picture is your power of visualization. We cannot precipitate things until we can visualize that thing so clear, so perfect within our mental screen. So we need to exercise these three powers: the power of concentration, qualification, and visualization. Then, whenever we contemplate that chart, our first obligation is to pour out our most intense love to that blessed I am presence, which gives us and has always given us all good and nothing but good, because from that presence, just good flow to us. The problem happens because we misqualify that substance with discord. If we don't do that, we just would have the best in our lives. We should offer everything we are and have into its heart, to the heart of God, and call forth its limitless light to flood us and all we do, with its authority, victory, freedom, protection, perfection, obedience, divine justice, and lavish supply of every good thing, to compel its divine plan to control unconditionally all we do each day. So it's our obligation to call forth the presence, because if you don't call, we don't give it authority to act in our lives. Try to feel that just as the wave of light pouring out through the heart of the electronic body, the upper figure here in the chart, so that are that those light rays here around the electronic body, travels on and on in cosmic blessings to the whole universe, because those light rays are the rays that sustain life everywhere. Just so should every wave of energy from our physical hearts carry only the blessing of light, harmony, joy, and perfection into all physical activities of this world. And we can ascend just when we learn to be just love, harmony, light, and perfection to all that exists. In that way, every time we look at the chart, it helps us to remember what we owe to this physical world, for what we use of its substance and energy, and why it is so absolutely necessary to maintain uninterrupted harmony in all we do each day, especially in all we feel each day, until all the presence want us to do and have floods forth through us in full accomplishment. And again, we find here that warning. Just through harmony, that presence can flow freely through us. If you lose harmony, you close the door. Then its divine plan of perfection stands forth, revealed in physical fulfillment. It is only when you do this in all our activities that our happiness becomes permanent, and we enter into the eternal perfection which is our birthright. If you would like it to be the presence, we need to act like the presence. That means just throw love and be love to everything, everyone that we contact with every day. The outpouring of life, light, and perfection from the great central sun through each one's electronic body is eternal and ever expanding, because discord cannot reach the electronic body to interrupt its perfection, for it is the eternal authority over all manifestation. Then its outpouring of all good through us would be eternal and ever expanding too, if you give it all authority over all in the physical octave of our experience here. So we need to trust, and we need to invite it to govern our life and experience. And then we need to give it authority, because sometimes you say, presence, govern this for me, and then I cannot live the freedom to the presence, and I start controlling things myself. And then the presence just a weight there that we can surround. So that blessed, wonderful charge of the mighty presence is the constant reminder to each one of us of our life wants to give us through its mighty light rays. For through those light rays, the supreme life of the universe is constantly surging and trying to press more of its perfection through every human being will look unto it and let all it wants to give come through to bless all. Then, in all our attention and calls to the mighty and presence for its perfection and protection to come through to bless all on earth, we ourselves become more and more filled with the perfection all required to bring balance everywhere on earth. And you all are the victor of the ascension. What we give to the world, what we call for the world, is the same thing that I attract to myself and that I feel my body, my emotions, and my mind. Blessed ones of the light, love, love, and love your almighty presence at all times, in the midst of all conditions, with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your feeling, with all your strength, until all in you and your world becomes its perfection, and you become one with your electronic body in the fullness of your ascension. So we need just to surrender to the presence, but completely. Because sometimes you do it, but just a part of us. But one day we need to give ourselves to that presence and say, thy will be done. And then trust it. And then the presence shows its power in our lives and words. So now we are going to just visualize the electronic body and feel its reality, and then we are going to make the calls. I would like just that you feel first that you are the chiller in that position, just in your mental screen. I like to see the image like is in this area, but in the middle of the brain. Just visualize there, you in that chart. Visualize you, the violet flame blazing in through and around you, holding God's purity, and then feel the light rays descending from the presence. Build up your tube of light. In your tube of light, you have the life and light essence from the presence, and all that you charge yourself from the calls that you made, or visualizations, the blessings that you receive from the Ascended Masters. So visualize your tube of light charged with the fullness of the light. Then seal your tube of light with the blue lightning to give it almighty, almighty, almighty protection. Then feel the core, the electronic body, the source of your being, and feel your oneness with the source, and also feel the light rays or rings of your electronic causal body around the presence. this ring of colors around the presence, and visualize that ring so radiant, so colorful, with a great definition. There you have your treasure house, all the good that you have accumulated throughout embodiments. So visualize that you are in charge of that gift by the wisdom and power of your mighty presence. And you can use them to fulfill your divine plan and to bless others on this planet. And also feel this light rays from the presence that we read also in the voice, expanding, flooding all your word, charging your word with God's perfection. And so it's done. And now let us seal this visualization with the calls for protection. Beloved mighty and presence, ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, our higher mental bodies and cosmic beings of light, I am the violet flame in through and around my four lower bodies, always sustaining them in God's purity. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. I am the beauty, perfection, and power of my tube of crystalline white light substance, always bright, radiant, and full of vibrations of light that makes and keeps me invisible and invincible to all human creation now and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. And I am the invisible power of the wall of radiant blue flame, sealing my tube of light, giving me total protection against disturbing elements and human suggestions. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. And I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. Visualize it again. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty. Fulfill and now this call, I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And I call that the mighty and presence hold us within this almighty protection and make our electronic circle ever increasing in its light, so we may live in this planet, fulfill our divine plan, work on the victory of our ascension without being disturbed by human creation. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, I put here 2 calls that I would like to do these calls. I know that we have always some repeated calls, but you see, we have the elections in America in the end of the year. And the America is the heart of this planet. It's not because I want, it's because it is. And if you want or not, America is the heart of the planet. And that heart in this moment is charged with so much conflict. America is so divided, and America is to be a unity of light. So the first call is the one that I always do for America. And a few weeks ago, I started doing the calls for the elections, and I would so appreciate not only myself, the Royal Teton Brotherhood, the beloved Saint Germain especially, if you can do these calls every day, send light, harmony to the American people. You see, Saint Germain told me that we never shall defend a personality, that when we call during elections, we never shall call for a name, but we just need to call that the light prevails, that the best for a country can prevails in that area. That is what beloved Saint Germain told me. And years I am doing it when I do calls when we have elections in my land, that is Brazil, even that now I live in Germany, or when I need to do the calls for Germany or for America or for any other country. I just call that the light of God can prevail, and just what is the best for that nation can happen. So that is the way that I learn with an ascended master. And so we need to call for America because you see, we have the whole body, but the heart is the main organ of our bodies. And if our hearts stop to work, the whole body stop to work too. You see, when you are in the hospital, the doctor only say that you die if your heart stops. Sometimes people can stop the brain, but they need to see that the heart stopped to sign that someone is really died. So, and that is what America means for the Holy Planet. So America needs to be held in that perfection. American people needed to overcome their obstacles because the destiny of America are connected with the destiny of the Holy Planet. So I just invite you to send the light and wisdom of the mighty and presence into the hearts and minds of all American people in this moment, and that light can guide them to see what is the best thing for America, to bring America back into perfect harmony and victory of the light. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now let us do these calls. Beloved, mighty and presence and great divine director, seize the possession of America, the government and her people, control her resources and direct her activities by thy almighty perfection. Envelop her in that invincible wall of light through which nothing can pass, but the perfection of the ascended masters and keep it eternally sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And beloved, mighty and present Saint Germain, great divine director, cyclopeia, and powers of light, take command, hold dominion, and produce perfection in the 2024 elections in America. Bring to victory only the candidate who can best serve thy light and who can do the best for America in the world. I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And just see, I love to see a sun presence shine in the heart of the Titan and bring great light into all parts of America, and that America is just the fullness and perfection of God, and it's done. And now we are going to enter in our core that we are going to call the statements of the Elohim. And the next week, I think I go to put the Shohans, and then after the Archangels ones. And I'd like that you remember the crown of the Elohim that is on our forehead, and that we start this crown on our left side. You may see inverted there, I don't know. So in our left side, we have the first ray, the blue ray, and the presence and blessings of Elohim Hercules. And then we have the second, the third, the fourth in the middle, the fifth, sixth, and we finish in the right side of our bodies, on our forehead, with the violet flame of Elohim, Arcturus. So I just love to see that crown. See, we are seeing that crown as someone is wearing that crown in this moment, so it's inverted for us. But I love to see that crown in my head, on my head, and just feel that flame. So the blue, and then the yellow, the pink in the middle, that white, and then we have the green, the golden, and then the violet. And I love to see that expansion. And I would like that you just localize in your brain the position again of the pineal gland and the pituitary gland within your brain. I think, I don't know if you remember, if you were here in the class where we talk about that Saint Germain told in one of his discourse, I think was in Ascended Master Instruction, the volume 4 of the I Am discourse, that when we have the unity and the union, or these two glands, the pineal and the pituitary glands working together. Here in the middle of our brain, we have again the all-seeing eye of God. And that means that we are going to have the power of precipitation and the illumination of all we want to know. So it's the unity of the pituitary and pineal glands. So the pineal, it's really more or less in the center of the brain, and the pituitary gland is, here we have the eyes, no, if you think about, here it's around the mouth. So the pituitary is a little bit here, behind the mouth. But we can just to simplify visualize the union of the pineal and pituitary and the core of this unit in the center of our brains in the figure of the all-seeing eye of God. If you see there in the crown we have here, the all-seeing eye of God. So you can imagine an archetype of it in the middle of your brain, shining like a sun in the perfect union of your pineal and pituitary glands. And so to start it, we are going just to call the mantra of the Elohim 7 times. And at each time that we are going to call it, we may visualize one flame. So we are going to hold the blue flame of Elohim Hercules in our left side of our forehead and visualize it expanding as we call the mantra or the chant of the Elohims. Together, feeling the all-seeing eye of God in the middle of your conscious and the expansion of that blue flame here, with the powers and blessings of Elohim Hercules. Together, I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. Now, next to it, just visualizing the yellow flame of Elohim, Cassiopeia, and just feel the expansion of the yellow flame with the blessings of Cassiopeia, the illumination of Cassiopeia, and let us call. I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. Now, more or less in this position, still in the left part of your body, the pink flame of Elohim, Orion. Let's visualize it expanding as we chant. I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. Now, in the middle of your forehead, expand and shine and the white flame of Elohim clear. So together, I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. And now we are entering in the white side of our bodies, and we shall visualize here expanding the green flame of Elohim Cyclopea and chant, I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. And then, besides it, a little bit more on the right, we have the golden flame of Elohim peace. Just feel the expansion of this golden flame as we call, I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. And to finish, we are going to visualize it now in the opposite side of the blue that we have the violet flame and its expansion as we chant. I am Elohim, 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 Elohim. 7 times 7, I am Elohim. With the blessings of Elohim Arcturus, and now just to visualize the perfection of the crown of Elohim in your foreheads. Visualize all the flames, the sevenfold flames shine. And may the 7 mighty Elohims hold this crown always active in your forehead, so just the perfection and intelligence of your mighty I Am presence can govern your brain and your mind. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I Am, Almighty I Am, Almighty I Am. And now we are going to do the statements of the 7 mighty Elohim. And to do it, remember that they said to us just to absorb it. For the Elohims, we are going to absorb their flames in our pineal gland. And then we feel the expansion of that flame, just like a sphere of light around of our heads. And then we are going to send the same to the world. So just connect with Elohim Hercules and draw his blue flame into the center of your brain. Anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of blue light around your head. Hold it and say, I am the will of Hercules. I am his love, vitality, and power of God, lifting me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim Hercules here in action. And now, send the blue flame of Hercules to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize brilliant ideas descending from the Elohim's minds to bless mankind. Command the God's will to govern all human beings here, there, and everywhere. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I Am, Almighty I Am, Almighty I Am. Now, connect with the Elohim Cassiopeia and draw his golden yellow flame into the center of your brain. Anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of golden yellow light around your head. Hold it and say, I am the clear mind of Cassiopeia. I am his love, wisdom, and power of illumination. Lift me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim Cassiopeia here in action. And now, let us send the yellow flame of Cassiopeia to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize the divine mind of Elohim enlighten the human consciousness here, there, and everywhere. And command by the power of your I Am presence and the higher mental bodies of all human beings that only wisdom govern human decisions here, there, and everywhere. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Now connect with Elohim Orion and draw his pink flame into the center of your brain. Anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of pink light around your hand. Hold it and say, I am the love of Orion. I am his gratitude, kindness, and power to bless. Lift me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim Orion here in action. And now, let us send the pink flame of Orion to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize the Holy Spirit that is related to the pink way, illuminating all the human minds and hearts, and feel that only love governs here, there, and everywhere. And so it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Now, let us connect with Elohim Claire and draw his white flame into the center of our brain. Let us anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of white light around our heads. Please hold it and say, I am the purity of Claire. I am his love, clarity, and indifference to all discordant elements. Lift me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim Claire here in action. And now, let us send the white flame of Claire, the Elohim of purity, to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize the artistic gifts descending from the Elohim's octave to bless mankind. And feel the purity of God expanding in all human minds and hearts. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Now let us connect with the Elohim Encyclopedia and draw his emerald green flame into the center of your brain. Anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of emerald green light around your head. Hold it and say, I am the truth of Cyclopeia. I am his love, healing, and power of concentration. Lift me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim Cyclopeia here in action. And now, just send the green flame of Cyclopeia to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize the harmony of the music of the spheres, flooding all human beings, and feel Cyclopea's truth healing mankind. Also healing the animal world, the vegetable, mineral, all the elementals and forces of nature. We need so much of healing. And the heart of this planet needs healing too. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Now let us connect by our hearts with the Elohim of peace. Peace, peace, peace. And draw his golden flame into the center of your brain. Anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of golden light around your head. Hold it and say, I am the peace of tranquility. I am his love, patience, and sustaining power. Lift me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim of peace, here in action. And now, let us send the golden flame of peace to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize grace and peace descending from the Elohim's octave to bless mankind. And also let us send peace to America. Let's send peace to the elementals in Canada to calm them down, especially the fire elemental. Let's send peace to Venezuela. Let's send peace to Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan, North Korea, and to all the countries in Africa, and where we need peace in this moment. Just visualize the planet in gold, in peace. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And to finish, just connect with Elohim Arcturus and draw his violet flame into the center of your brain. Anchor it there and expand it into a sparkling sphere of violet light around your hand. Hold it and say, I am the freedom of Arcturus. I am his love, diplomacy, and transmuting power. Lift me above all human limitations. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Beloved Elohim, Arcturus here in action. And now let us send the violet flame of beloved Arcturus to flood and fold and protect the mind of all human beings. Visualize a perfect achievements and freedom flood and all mankind. And feel Arcturus' violet flame raise in mankind into the victory of ascension. We are the victory of the violet flame. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And to seal it, let us just absorb the flames of the seven mighty Elohim. I love to see that flame entering my heart, anchoring there, and then expanding and flooding my four lower bodies, like I am a sun presence in that color. So let's do it together. And so it's done. Let's send now a rainbow ray with the sevenfold flame of the seven mighty Elohim to flood and bless this planet, mankind, animals, elementals, forces of nature, and also to seal the atmosphere of this planet and the blessings of the Elohim. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. Feel the luminous presence of the seven mighty Elohim surrounding the planet and our life within it. Visualize their flames flooding and raising all life into God's perfection. Visualizing that just the perfection and light of Elohim archangels, and ascended master govern all life and its manifestations on this planet, and that we are raised right here and now into the victory of the light of God that never fails to fulfill this call. Thank you, seven mighty Elohim, and let's seal the victory of this planet with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men, let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve, and from the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where human creation dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now to your hearts, let us take the water and finish the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved I am presence, Saint Germain, Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, Lords of the Elements and powers of light, please charge this mineral water with the blessings from the ascended masters octave of light, and put here all the substances we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the ascended masters in our physical bodies. Transmute this water into the elixir of light, transmute this water into the elixir of life, transmute this water into the elixir of life. Let us visualize it. We are so thankful. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So visualize this water shining like it is, and it is a liquid fire water with the blessings of the seven mighty Elohim and whatever we may need to manifest God's perfection in this physical body, in this physical world. And I know it's done and it's sustained, and let us drink it together. Good. And now pour your love to your beloved mighty and presence on your heart, and also pour your love to the mighty and presence in the hearts of all ascended masters, Elohim, archangels, cosmic beings of light, and all who have assisted us in our cause. Pour your love upon our life within this planet and earth itself, and may this mantle of love seal everything and everyone blessed in our life on this planet, and may this love alone rule us all today and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And beloved, mighty and presence, ascended masters, archangels, our higher mental bodies and cosmic beings of light, we sincerely send you our love and gratitude for all the blessings received and for all those yet to come. Take our decrees and multiply them thousands of times more each day and hour. Make them ever increase in their power until we have the moment of light necessary to have them visibly manifested in our hands and used for our blessings and the blessings of mankind and our life on earth. What we have called during our service for ourselves, we also call for all human beings, until only love, wisdom, and power of God lift us up in the eternal victory of ascension. We are eternally grateful. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. And with you, it is true. We accept it is true. We manifest it, we manifest it, we manifest it right now. By the power of 1,000 suns and the light of God that never, never, never fails. I command, I demand, and it's done. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, we are going to continue our subject, the emotional body. So we are using the text from The Man and His Bodies by Annie Besant. That is a philosophical book. And just a small recap from the last week, we told that when man is working without the physical body in another region of the universe, doesn't matter, can be in the astral level or emotional level if you prefer, or in the mental or in the higher mental level, or even above it in the Buddhic level, or in the helms above it, we need, or he is able to express in that level only what his vehicle for his use in that plan is able to respond. Like our bodies here. We are here, but the body is just a garment, and just can express itself in this physical plane as the conditions or the matter of this body can respond to the impacts in this plane. And we told also something very important. We have a perfect replica of the physical world in the astral plane. So, of course, we have also a replica in the mental level and in all the levels, because each atom has its part. The physical atom has its etheric part, its emotional or astral part, its mental part, and so on. So sometimes we visualize it separated, but it's not separated because the things interpenetrated one each other. But the astral level or the emotional plane that we'll be talking more in the teachings of the Ascended Master are so similar to this world here. And sometimes when people die, They just awake in that level and they think that they are in the physical plane because things there can be so concrete as we have things here. But we finished in the last class saying that it's not wise to force the development of this astral body to explore this plane. Many people do exercises, meditations on the chakras to develop their powers to be aware in the astral plane. And that is something not good because if the student has no internal preparation and wisdom is enough, he can be imprisoned there in this, especially in this astral plane, and delay his ascension for incarnations, because one of the characteristics of the astral plane that there the beings that has some dominion of that level can change forms, and they can catch the students, they can express themselves like Saint Germain, Archangel Michael, and so on. And the students sometimes think that they are really in contact with an ascended master, and they are caught in that illusion and in lies, because the distortion of the astral level is very great. And then there is no way to make them free, because sometimes they stay there in that level in prison for several incarnations until they perceive that what they think are not, what they see are not really what they think that they were in contact. So it's really dangerous. We shall not force it. And continue today. Any Bizan continue to say, for being aware and exploring the astral realm, it is necessary not only to have an astral body, as we all of us have. All of us, we have an astral body. Because without the astral body, or the emotional, if you prefer to say, we could not feel. We are always connected to the astral realm, because from there we have our emotions, of our sensations. But in order to explore, to be aware, to be related, to have relationship in that level, we need not only to have an astral body, but it needs to be fully organized and in work world, because many times we have an astral body or an emotional level, but it's just a crowd of emotional matter, and there is no really a body, a vehicle that can give us the ability to really to see the surroundings, to travel, to contact things in that body or in that plane. So I just put paragraphs, no? And in also in another paragraph told, everyone is constantly working through the astral body, but comparatively few work in it separated from the physical. Of course, all of us, we are always in contact with this emotional level of ourselves, otherwise we could not develop our emotions, and we wouldn't have any emotions, because the emotions come from this plane. But one thing is just work with it through the awakened consciousness, and another thing is to leave the body, the awakened consciousness, and just really to have an organizing vehicle in that level to be the dwelling place of the higher mental body, to explore there, to walk there, to move there, as we do here in the physical body, because we have the physical body, of course, in our limitations, because the higher mental body, the presence can just work in this body as we have conditions to offer in this physical level, according to the matter that we build our physical body, especially our brains. And without the general actions through the astral body, there would be no connection between the external world and the mind of man. No connection between impacts made of the physical senses and the perception of them by the mind. The impacts becomes a sensation in the astral body and is then perceived by the mind. So there is a process. We are here, we have an impact from the outer world. That impact first our nervous system. The nervous system transmits the information to the brain. The brain just communicates with the etheric level or the etheric brain. From that etheric brain, there is a communication or an impact, no, a transmission of information to the emotional brain, so to say, to our emotional level, and there it becomes a sensation, an emotion, and that emotion is read by the mind, our minds, and then our mind level understand what to do, what it is, and answer. First, impact the emotional matter or astral matter that produces another sensation, and that sensation is read by the etheric brain. The etheric brain transmits that to the nervous system, and it is understood or decoded by our brain, and you see, oh, that hurts me. But it seems to happen in so fast a way. But you see, we don't perceive that something hurts or make us happy by our brains. Is there the part of the brain that is related to these sensations, but the real perception happens in the emotion, in the mental level, and then coming back so quickly through the information, and the brain decodes what it feels. So there is always a cycle until we have the understanding of something. For this reason, many people say that the pain happens not in the body, but it's a process of the mind. So we are going to talk more about it in other classes. And continue, as to the constitution of the astral body, it is made up of the seven. So I have my dog now trying to enter here. I can hear him. I don't know you. So as to the constitution of the astral body, it is made up of the seven substates of the astral matter, and may have coarser or finer materials drawn from each of these. As we have coarser matter of the physical plane or finer matter, if we just eat pure food, pure things, we have a better matter in our physical level. That happens out the same in the emotional level. We can have that level made with coarse substance or finer substance of that level. It is to picture a man in a well-formed astral body. You can think of him as dropping the physical body and stand up in a subtler, more luminous copy of it, visible in his own likeness to clairvoyant vision, though invisible to the ordinary sight. I have said a well-formed astral body. For an undeveloped person, his astral body presents a very inchoate appearance. Its outline is undefined, its materials are due and well arranged, and if it withdrawn from the body, it's a mere shapeless, shifting cloud, obviously unfit to act as an independent vehicle in that plan. It is, in truth, rather a fragment of astral matter than an organized astral body, just a mass of astral protoplasma of an amoeboid type. I think I told this word right, amoeboid type. I think so. So the improvement of the astral body ranges on the one side of the purification of the physical body, because the astral is in the middle, 9, and on the purification and development of the mind. When we purify our physical vehicles, we purify our emotions. And when we purify also our thoughts, we purify also our emotions. A moment, please. Just say hello to everybody and see, I am still working, huh? Good. Now you can go. Just, or you can stay here. So, otherwise I don't have concentration, no? So the astral body is peculiarly susceptible to impressions from thought, for astral matter responds more rapidly than physical to every impulse from the world of mind. If you look at the astral world, we find it's full of continually changing shapes. We find there thought forms composed of elemental essence and animated by a thought. And we also note vast masses of this elemental essence, from which continually shapes emerge and into which they again disappear. Watching carefully the light substance of in that plane, we may see that currents of thought thrill this astral matter, that strong thoughts taking a covering of it and persist as entities for a long time, while weak thoughts close themselves feebly and waver out, so that all through the astral world changes are ever going on under thought impulses. And that is so important, dear hearts, because here you see, when you think something, it thrills the matter on the astral world. And so the astral matter, or the emotional matter, we may say. And of course, if you think something, and the Ascended Masters talk about it, if you think something In that same moment, something is shaped as a thought form in the emotional matter. If we do not feed that in few moments, seconds, or minutes, that form disappear again because it's not fake. But if I have a strong thought and then I'm a strong emotion and I just live in that thought, in that feeling, and then I create an entity, an artificial elemental that can live for a long time, sometimes for centuries, when it's fed by the holy mankind, or for a great numbers of people in this world. So sometimes we don't think, but we are uh, feeding living beings when we hold ourselves in negative conditions, and we are feeding and creating monsters in this astral level. And for this reason, it's one of these reasons that we can have great problems there, because there we find all those evils created by human mind. So let us study this astral body under these impacts from within and without. We see it permeating the physical body and extend around it in every direction like a colored cloud. The colors vary within the nature of the man, with his lower animal passional nature, and the part outside the physical body is called the kamic aura. Kamic in Hindu means desiring. So, and also astral aura or desired body. And so that is here we have the physical, but inside the physical we have the etheric, the emotional, and the mental, and so on too. But of course, from the emotional level that I placed here, like Enibisan told, of organized emotional body, we have this extension from the core of the body, because we have the core of the emotional body is a feature or a shape like we are in the physical level. We have the same replica in the etheric and also in the emotional when it is well organized. Before it is just a cloud shapeless, because we don't have shaped or created a perfect vehicle to work on that level, even that we are there, but we are not working with awareness in that level. The kamic aura then is made such a part of the kamic body, the emotional body, as extended beyond the physical. But the emotional body, or the kamic body, is also inside the core of our bodies. We see just, of course, more what is extending from it, because we have more luminosity, the shapes, the soft forms that we create in that level. For the astral body is the vehicle of man's kamic conscious, emotional conscious, the seat of all animal passions, the desires, the center of the senses, as already said, where all sensations arise. It's too hot here today. You see, we have hot temperatures, and for this guy, a dog with that fur, it's not so easy when we have hot days. So, continue. It changes its colors continually as it vibrates under thought impacts. If a man loses his temper, flashes of scarlet appear. If he feels loved, rose red thrills through it. If the man's thoughts are high and noble, they demand finer astral matter to answer to them. And we trace this action on the astral body in its laws of the grosser and denser particles from each subplane and its gain of the finer and hairy kinds. The astral body of a man whose thoughts are low and animal is gross, thick, denser, and dark in color. Often so dense that the outline of the physical body is almost lost in it, whereas that of an advanced man is fine, clear, luminous, and bright in color, a really beautiful object. So the last slide. In such a case, the lower passions have been dominated. When someone has a beautiful, colorful, bright emotional body, and the selective action of the mind has refined the astral matter or emotional matter. By thinking nobly, then we purify the astral body even without having consciously worked towards that end. And be it remember that it is inner working exercises a potent influence on the thoughts that are attracted from without to the astral body. A body which is made by its owner to respond happily to evil thoughts acts as a magnet to similar thought forms in its vicinity, whereas a pure astral body, emotional body, acts on such thoughts with a repulsive energy and attracts to itself thought forms composed of matter congruous with its own. So that is the important when we hold ourselves just in the feeling of love in sublime emotions and good softs because our bodies are creatures of happiness. And if I live constantly negative things, I attract the same to me all the time. And then I am always fighting with the same monsters that I create through my thought and feelings. And we are going to talk more about it in the next class. And to finish today, let us just connect ourselves with the Teton again, with the brotherhood there, and give you thanks for this enlightenment and for the blessings we receive. Let us send our love and gratitude to the seven mighty Elohims, beloved Saint Germain, beloved Lento, Confucius, and all who have us. And trust in it, let us close this service with the closing blessing. Beloved, mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere. We love, bless, and thank you forever, forever, and beyond. For I am in you, and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And thank you, dear hearts. I think I forgot to change there. So next time we have Vlog 29, no, not the 27. I just duplicated that slide and I forgot to change it. And we might do the calls for the 7 mighty Shohans and then continue the subject of the emotional body. And I wish you a blessed weekend, a wonderful week, that you can anchor your feeling in the perfection of your mighty and presence and dwell there all the time in perfect harmony, enjoying your freedom and life, but with that perfection of the presence within. Hold your harmony. Don't forget to call for the elementals and the harmony of the elementals and forces of nature here, there, and everywhere. And if you wish to cooperate, also call for the elections on America. We shall start doing it right now because you see, we cannot do it 1 week before. We need to do it from this moment. And especially sometimes if you don't have time, just send the love and light and wisdom of the mighty young presence into the minds and hearts of our American people and say, I know it's just love guiding them and just perfection happen in that country. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Simple like that. Simple like that. If you do it once a day, we are going to create a great moment. And I am sure, just like light you happen to America. And we shall call for America and, of course, for our country still. So God bless you. And I hope to see you in the next week to continue to create this almighty momentum of light together. I love you. Bye.